What began as a simple tool for digital networking, LinkedIn has become the world's largest professional platform, hosting more than 1 billion members worldwide. Yet despite 97% of recruiters heavily relying on it, only 0.08% of LinkedIn applications actually lead to a hire, raising the concern, is LinkedIn anything more than a corporate cesspool? Throughout history, securing a job wasn't about navigating deceitful listings, cringy posts, and endless keyword optimization. It was driven by genuine demand and a mutual investment from both the employer and employee. Where leading up to the 80s, 90% of roles were filled with internal candidates or lateral moves, creating a culture where company loyalty was rewarded with career growth, job stability, and a lucrative retirement plan. There was no need for recent college graduates to have 5+ years of experience, or to brag about how you missed your mom's funeral so you could prioritize B2B sales. And while a resume may have been needed for an interview, it was one's personal characteristics that landed a job. Not only maintaining a healthy supply and demand dynamic in the workforce, but drastically minimizing the need for external recruiting. However, following the Reagan administration, a shift towards efficiency and shareholder profits set the foundation for the labor market we have today, where more than 300,000 American jobs are outsourced each and every year, with companies now spending 4 times more on recruiting than on training, creating a labor market heavily reliant on external candidates, where the demands of hiring managers and recruiting trends force job seekers to be at the mercy of the world's largest professional network, LinkedIn. While LinkedIn is obviously not responsible for the creation of relentless corporate efficiency or for the societal emphasis of a college degree, it has become the platform that amplifies and upholds these expectations, creating the false reality that it is in service for the candidate, when in reality being built entirely for the job holder. Beginning with the fact that LinkedIn is the breeding ground of ghost jobs and data harvesting. According to an analysis by the workforce analytics firm Revelio Labs, an online job listing in 2024 is only half as likely to result in a hire as it was during 2020, signaling the rampant growth of ghost jobs as a corporate recruiting strategy. Clarify Capital, a New York-based business loan provider, uncovered that 50% of hiring managers admitted they created ghost jobs to keep a talent pool at the ready for when they were actually hiring. 70% of hiring managers keep positions open for over 6 months, and 40% post jobs they aren't actively trying to fill to give the impression of growth. To further this illusion, many hiring agencies currently use AI-generated recruiters on LinkedIn, complete with fabricated work and education histories, to reach out to candidates with motives unrelated to actually hiring. A study by the Stanford Internet Observatory uncovered over 1,000 of these AI-generated profiles, with more than 70 businesses listed as employers, flooding candidates with the illusion they were offering a job. Where Resume Genius, an online resume builder and career resource website, estimates that LinkedIn alone may host as many as 1.7 million ghost job listings just in the United States. While Standout CV, a London-based career resource company, reports that over 1/3 of listings in the UK remain posted for more than 30 days without any intent to hire. But ghost jobs also serve another purpose: collecting personal data, which in my opinion is the incentivization behind LinkedIn keeping these listings on the platform. As a Microsoft-owned platform, it shares user information outside the EU, EEA, and Switzerland for targeted ads across Microsoft services and with service providers for marketing purposes, where journalist Bob Sullivan points out that Equifax, with the aid of thousands of HR departments across the country, has assembled one of the most powerful private databases of Americans' personal information ever created. Weekly data from 75% of Fortune 500 companies, 85% of the federal workforce, and countless other institutions flow into these databases. Major corporations, including Facebook, Amazon, Oracle, AT&T, and Microsoft, contribute extensive information from social security numbers, salary details, healthcare coverage, and job tenure. And as the world's largest professional network, while LinkedIn is uniquely positioned as a key player in this vast data-driven ecosystem. However, jobs and recruiters not tainted by deceit, LinkedIn has still led to a hiring process rooted more in surface-level assessments rather than genuine evaluations. As 75% of qualified applications are never even seen by a human, and those that do make it through receive only 6 to 8 seconds of a recruiter's attention, it has created an emphasis on rapid surface-level judgments, where 40% of recruiters admit to hiring candidates based solely on LinkedIn profiles. Similar to the narrative around higher education, once emphasizing that a degree was the key to a successful career. LinkedIn has embedded itself into the assumed standard of the hiring process, having very little to do with genuine qualifications and everything to do with the perception of fitting into the job holder's preferred mold. Most obviously present with LinkedIn's Open to Work banner, as it's not actually seen as a signal of availability, but a mark of desperation. Nolan Church, a former Google recruiter, calls it the biggest red flag in recruiting, signaling that a candidate needs the role rather than is being sought after.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
According to Lindsay Mustaine, a former Amazon recruiter, recruiters want a candidate, explaining that it's about the power dynamics. Appearing available can shift the balance unfavorably. The result is that LinkedIn, rather than fostering open opportunity, creates an environment where candidates are being punished for being forthright, diminishing genuine talent in favor of perceived desirability, resulting in posts like, "Today I am excited to announce a pivotal moment in my life. I've officially divorced my wife," celebrating face. This decision came after witnessing my CEO deliver a powerful and inspirational speech while laying off 45% of the company. Talk about motivation. As I sat there soaking in every word, it hit me like a ton of bricks. If my CEO can make tough decisions for the greater good, well, so can I. Now with my personal life streamlined, I can fully prioritize my passion for SEO optimization and contribute directly to the company's bottom line. Graph going up, star. This is my chance to focus on what truly matters, driving results, boosting traffic, and climbing the corporate ladder. No more distractions. It's time to harness all that energy into making impactful contributions. Here's to new beginnings, personal growth, and the relentless pursuit of career excellence. Remember, true love comes from Excel spreadsheets and stale office coffee. Rocket, suitcase, hashtag career growth, hashtag SEO focused, hashtag divorce for success, hashtag I hope my son understands. And in this pursuit of perception, LinkedIn's emphasis on image goes far beyond the Open to Work banner, where recruiters increasingly view employment gaps as red flags, where 77% say they indicate a candidate might need extra training, 74% fear these gaps reflect outdated skills, and 70% assume unemployment could mean lower productivity if hired, where LinkedIn's data-centric system reinforces this bias. By promoting profiles that do not have to present listed substantially less than those currently employed. As a result, those beginning their career are at even more of a disadvantage, encouraging an inaccurate representation of your job status, while also encouraging those who recently got fired to thank their former employer for the opportunity to put food on the table, where LinkedIn has effectively narrowed the definition of what it means to be a qualified candidate, filtering out individuals whose backgrounds don't align with the standardized idea, forcing a comparison culture unlike any other, where founder is now the second fastest growing job title among recent graduates, as LinkedIn increasingly rewards surface level metrics over genuine skill assessments, resulting in those who can optimize the best keywords, spam the most cringeworthy posts, and properly utilize manipulative resumes, being the ones who can actually land most interviews. Where, according to a 2023 survey by Intelligent, of 800 US managers, directors, and executives who are involved in the hiring process, 58% state recent college graduates are unprepared for the workforce. 65% view new graduates as entitled. 63% believe they are overly sensitive. 55% assume they lack a strong work ethic, and 53% believe Gen Z candidates lack essential communication skills, where every single factor that they believe would favor an increased likelihood of being hired is the very thing that LinkedIn discourages. So instead of trying to take corrective action, they've increased experience requirements. In the last 5 years, we've seen a 20% increase in the number of skills required on job listings, according to Scott Detman, CEO of Inefficiency, a US-based career matching service for new graduates. And while I'm not saying that LinkedIn is solely responsible for these reasons, or that hiring managers aren't just completely full of it, when we look back at the things that we've discussed, unless you already have a job, are very well experienced, are not actively looking for a new job or another job, and you have the soul to be able to endlessly post on this platform, and $40 a month to pay for LinkedIn Premium, since that is basically the only way you can actually network on the platform, then LinkedIn has simply just become a deranged corporate echo chamber without any voices of reason trying to shift the tide. And unfortunately, even if you try to do so, well, it's going to negatively impact your career. Unfortunately, what this does, in my opinion, is this just makes it even more difficult for the average person to be able to get a job, to pay the bills, to put food on the table and a roof over their head. I don't know why there are so many of these things that are supposed to assist the average person that never actually helps. It weaponizes their struggles, and all it does is it makes it more difficult. And it's incredibly frustrating. I don't understand why we make fun of LinkedIn, but we don't ever say, hey, this is a garbage platform that is not helping anybody other than the people already up here, and that there isn't any competitive advantage. There's literally, LinkedIn is the only job platform that you have. There isn't something else that you can lean on. I don't know. I don't understand it. But ultimately, what I wanted to say here at the conclusion is that I've used the majority of these job platforms and job boards and all of these things throughout my very short career. I've also done it as a YouTuber. I've utilized YouTube jobs and all of the different things that they have, trying to be a very small employer as well as an employee. I've tried to be able to leverage my skills, and I have had zero luck. I've literally never had luck whatsoever. Never. And I actually have practical skill sets. I have these things, and I still have never been able to utilize it. I make videos about this stuff and can't even do it myself. So kind of ironic. But what I want to say is that I went to my very first men's group here just outside of Austin, and it was truly incredible. Those that are watching the video from that, thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. But with that being said, I had 2 minutes to introduce myself and to kind of discuss what it was that's going on in my life and some struggles that I am facing. In those 2 minutes, the result from that, I had more people come up to me, talk about my channel, network, learn about them, than I have had in any of the job platforms that I've had. I saw more interest in what it is that I do as a result of the 2 minutes than I have in my own life, than I've had with discussions with my own family members, my own friends. And what I want to say is that while there's such this corporate garbage and inefficient systems and deceit and greed, there still is the opposite. It is harder to find, but it is there. And I understand that you can't just go into a job and say, let me speak to the manager, because they're going to just send you to the job board or to the job portal. I still do think that there's creative ways to go around it. I think that it's going to be harder, but I just want to say that I was able to find just some success of people at least somewhat interested in what it is that I was doing. And I haven't been able to find it anywhere else. So, I don't know. If you ever want to use my comment section to be able to kind of say what it is that you're going through, maybe people that are looking for employees or vice versa can find it there too. I don't know what the solution is. I just wanted to show that LinkedIn is absolutely horrendous. I hope this video is able to provide some value. I'm going to keep just pushing in hopefully a forward direction, and that's all it is that we can do at the end. Thank you for your time. I look forward to speaking with you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Hey, where you going?
To my job!
You have a job?
Why wouldn't I? I'm not some lazy, inconsiderate jerk who lays in bed all day.
Say, where can I get one of these jobs?
Oh, they're everywhere, especially if you're green and have 6 tentacles.
Thanks. I'm gonna go look for one so I can stop mooching off my friends.